Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Nufftingz Speaks with your host, Nufftingz, which is I. Okay, so this is not going to be a regular video. I did a video on this before, but we're going to do another one. I got to talk about Undertaker. Mark Calaway, who everybody looked up to growing up. Like, I didn't look up to Undertaker, I'll be honest with you. I thought he was great, but, I wasn't like one of those, oh my God, The Undertaker. But listen, all right. I saw the podcast that he did with his wife, and I'm not going to be dogging him too hard. I might be dogging him harder than that, to be honest with you, because like I'm learning something about the world. I knew this already, but I kept myself isolated from everything. Yo, people are just a bunch of goddamn sissies, like a bunch of snowflakes and wimps, and like nobody's got a backbone. We have more feminine men now than we have of feminine women. Like literally, like the men now are so feminine. Now I know what everybody's gonna say. Well, if guys goes against. Sorry, let me check. If guys go against their wives, then they lose everything. Yeah, we know that. But dude, what about your dignity, bro? Like, what about you being that guy? Like you just soft. And a lot of these dudes, they're soft. Like even dudes I play Pokemon Go with, they're soft. Like they're soft like, diaper poop. You know what I'm saying? But listen. So let me go on to the underwear taker. Okay, so this guy does this silly ass podcast, right? His little Undertaker 6 feet under, blah blah blah, right? And he's responding to people's comments. I could only watch a couple of this thing because I'm gonna be honest with you, every time I try to watch these videos, his wife doesn't shut up. And I mean, bro, please just shut the F up. See, I want to swear, but YouTube's like, you gotta stop swearing. Dude, when he was talking to Shawn, right? To Shawn Michaels, dude, it was the most boring conversation. And it was like, I want to hear Shawn and Undertaker talk about things that they did, just the two of them. The Matt dude could be there too, but I want them to shoot the shit. You know what I mean? I don't want the filter there. And I mean, like, look, how you talk to your boys is not going to be the same way when you talk to your wife in the room. Like, what if a conversation comes up where Shawn ran a threesome with Undertaker on this chick on the road? You're not going to talk about that when your wife is there. Like, if you were supposed to do interviews with your wife, why is it Shawn's not with his wife in any of these interviews he does? Same thing with Kurt Angle. I want to hear Kurt Angle talk about the real shit that was going on in his life. And I want him to talk to The Undertaker about the shit they did together, that they were, a part of together. I don't want to hear Michelle McCool in the background giggling. And you ever notice how she sits? Like, she always sits with one foot up and the other foot on top of, like, her foot. And I'm like, dude, my God, girl, does your blood not flow to your leg? Because if I did that, my leg would fall asleep. Like, God damn, I'm out of shape. But, like, and like, look at how they overdo her makeup. Like, it's like, dude, like, we get it, you're a lovely woman, but why is there so much makeup on you, bro? Like, you know what it reminds you of? Do you remember that Simpsons episode years ago when Homer made that gun that was supposed to, like, put the makeup on, and he shot Marge in the face? And it was like, Homer, you said it to whore. Like, that's literally what I'm thinking. Like, I'm not calling her a whore, guys. No, I don't want to get chokeslammed. But, I mean, he could try. But, yeah, I'm trying to say, this is what I'm trying to say, all right? This woman, his wife, and, good for them. They found love. They have a nice family, whatever. But it doesn't change the fact that you literally throw your homeboy under the bus. Now, it's like when I be watching other people talk about it and they show clips, which I'm not going to do. I'm not posting no clips. It's just me talking about this. Like, they'll have a clip and they'll show Matt talking to Maven, right? And for a fact, Maven and Matt are really toning it down. Because if these guys really wanted to talk, they would say some harsh shit. Because, bro, you can't tell me that what he did wasn't trifling as hell. Like, are you serious, bro? Like, you had an idea. He's the main guy. I get it. Undertaker's the main guy. Mark Calaway is the main guy. People want to hear him talk. But Matt was the guy that kept it sort of flowing properly. Like, because I used to do it. I probably still do it now. Undertaker would drift off. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't get to the point and they would waste time. He would bring it back. You know what I'm saying? He was good at that. But you like look at it like this, all right? There was a comment where someone said that when they just had him and Matt and whoever else in there, like the Blue Mean, not the Blue Meanie, Midian or whatever, and they would do the interviews, those views would be like the same amount they get now, and they didn't even have like a million subs. But now they're on a channel with like 111 million subs, right? And they're getting the same amount, if not less, views. Now, I mean, it's a saturated channel. Obviously, it's WWE, right? But it's like, I don't even know. Like, I can't understand, like, how we're in this world now where people, like, everything that, if you're my age, right? Even the Undertaker's age, a lot of things have changed. There's no loyalty. There's no like people are scared to speak their mind. People can't say what they feel. We have so much things going on in the world where we can't say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's a hate crime or it's racism or blah blah blah. You can't have an opinion, right? And it's like, okay, this was your homeboy, right? You guys went out hunting and stuff. That's your homeboy, right? Yet you, for the sake of your wife, just because she was bored and wanted to do a little something, you throw your homeboy under the bus. And then Matt, being the adult that he is, he's like, we're still friends. Yo, honestly, if that was me, we ain't friends anymore. Like, I don't care who you are. You could be anybody, bro. We're not friends anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not cool. And even if we are friends, like you give me a nice apology, I don't trust you. We're not homeboys like that, because you want people around you or in your circle that you can trust. You know, we get it. You love your wife. But Matt didn't do anything to his wife. No one does anything to Undertaker's wife. They leave her alone. But there's no need for her to be the center of everything. Look at that LFG show. Mickie James. Mickie James is like one of the greatest female wrestlers ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when she was on TNA. She was gangster. I remember when she was on WWE when she was fighting with Trish and all that. They had their little thing going on. That was great. She should be on that show. Like, why is it that they put Michelle McCool in the Hall of Fame before people that deserved it? Is Chyna in there yet? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that aren't in there yet. Victoria, is she in there yet? Like, I'm telling you right now, I watched wrestling when Michelle McCool was there. I can't name one thing she did worth a damn. Can't name anything. Right? And then they could say, oh, this is the time when it was all divas and all that. Yo, do you guys remember the TNA knockouts? Like, I know this is TNA, but do you remember how good the wrestling division was for the women back then? Like, it was actually fun. Like, I know it's better now, but that was a good start to them doing some big things. Like, they have some really good talent. They did some good stuff. Michelle McCool does not trigger any memory of anything. Like, even in video games, I would see her and it was like, skip, skip, skip. Like, you didn't even like pay attention to her. Like, I cannot tell you how she looked back then because I don't remember her. I hardly saw her. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually when she came out was when I went to the washroom. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, dude, fine, it's your wife. I get it, bro. But she's not talented, man, at all. Like, you know, and then they be talking they bringing up church stuff, and she's always like talking some silly crap, and then he'll throw some jabs at her. He'll be like, oh yeah, you know, ride these coattails and blah blah blah. And like, they're literally talking about their family, their kids. She's telling the Undertaker about, you know, what their son or something did, and he's like, really? Or I gotta go talk to him. Like, Bro, we didn't click on this video for you and your wife to have a roundtable discussion around the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't come to see that, bro. Talk to a talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, do something else. Like, why do we need to hear about you and your wife talking about what your personal stuff? Are you going to tell us how you guys fuck too? Like, we don't want to hear all this shit. Like, no one clicks on that to say, I wonder what Michelle McCool and Undertaker or Mark Calaway are talking about today. I wonder if it's going to be juicy about their bedroom escapades. We don't say any of that shit. So I don't understand why we need to hear it. Like, why do you need to put that, for everybody to hear? Like, good, your kids are doing well in school. They are talented people, blah, blah, blah. But nobody's clicking those wrestling links to hear you talk about your fam, bro. They want to hear stories. People want to relive the stories with you and remember, like, not remember, but hear what you guys are going through back then. We want to hear the stories of what happened when you went to a bar. Like what happened when, like what was that one story where they're talking about they had the bottle of Jack and they left, did a show, came back, and the bottle was sitting right there on the table. Like, those are funny stories. The one thing I did like hearing, though, was when he talked to Midian, and Midian had some toes amputated or something because of diabetes. That meant something to me because I'm diabetic. So I was like, oh my gosh. Like, when you hear things like that, you start to see that, as much as these guys entertained us, which they did, and how good they are, how they were as people, how we grew up watching them, you realize that they're humans. And you start to say, oh my God, like, they're humans. They have the same issues that we always thought that a lot of them were just superhuman and could have no injuries, could not get sick. Like, when I heard that Minion had diabetes, but then he's a chef, I'm like, yo, that's proper, man. Good for you. Give him a clap, bro. But, you hear about these guys and you start to say, oh my God, they're just like me. Like, we always knew that, but it's good to hear what they went through. Like, you hear about, I always bring up the Midian thing because it was so great. He was like talking about how he was the first one to try to hit on Stephanie. Bro, that's hilarious. Like, yo, my boy tried to get with Stephanie. Like, that's great. I wonder how many of them actually did get with Stephanie. Macho Man. But yeah, so, like, it's like, you want to hear them talk and shoot the shit. Like, that's why I like Stone Cold. He would have good podcasts where he talked to people properly. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I don't even know what to say. Like, dude, bro, why is she still there? If you're getting all these comments that they want her off, why is no one saying, bro, listen, we tried it. It didn't work. Let's move on. Why can't we do that? Like, why can't no one just take him aside and whatever? All I see is that those guys control everything. Vince is gone. Triple H controls whatever. Stephanie's going to Hall of Fame now. And what did Stephanie really do? Like, I mean, she did a lot of back behind the scenes stuff. But as a talent, what did she do? Shane's not in the Hall of Fame yet. It should have been him before Steph. There's a whole bunch of people that should be in the Hall of Fame, but most people don't care. But they could have done way more. Shad is a part of the show. Undertaker's a part of the show. Like, we hear about the Undertaker more now than we did when he was wrestling. And it's like, now a lot of people are just done listening to him talk. Like, bro, okay, you know what? We get it. You've talked. You're annoying. Stop talking. That's really what people are saying now. I hardly see any comments where people are like, oh my God, I love the Undertaker. No, you're hearing like, I don't know, man. Undertaker needs to shut up now. And then people are going to say, you can't say it to his face. Why not? Anybody's going to punch me in the face or punch anybody in the face for an opinion? His opinion sucks. We have an opinion, so we're not allowed to say it because he's Mr. Bad Boy and he's going to hurt us. Like, stop it. Like, we live in a world where you can have an opinion. So if he wants to get mad about it, then it must be true. It hurts his feelings. If you didn't care, you wouldn't say nothing, right? You'd be like, screw you. You don't know nothing. Like, your podcast sucks now. It's better than mine, but yours sucks. And it's like, You know, how long are you going to sit there boring everybody? Like, people can't even sit through. Like, I can't sit through. No one can sit through. Everyone's like, yo, is this ever going to end? Like, they need to put timestamps. They should put where she talks and where she doesn't, and you can skip past when she's talking so you can get to the part where she's not talking. Like, seriously. They should put a timestamp where when it's relevant content at 15:34, click, and there you go. You don't have to hear any of the beginning stuff. Anyways, that was my rant on the underwear taker. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.